Well, they were in there waiting on you. Hey guys, I know I'm late. Hey Angel Charms, how you doing? Yeah, Angel Charms is good with me. I don't have a beef with Angel Charms. Angel Charms, I can see your comments. You're not blocked. Yeah, Kim, she's okay. Yeah, I don't have a problem with Angel Charms. We're good. Angel Charms, she apologized. I apologized to her also. I can respect someone, who apologizes and things like that. I don't have a problem with apologizing. You guys can hear me? I'm upstairs. I'm laying in bed. I'm watching TV. I was about to fall asleep, guys. Hi. Hey, Angel Charms. Hey, Diana. Hey, Kim. Hey, the Glow TM. What's going on? I saw you guys in here talking, so I was like, I'm gonna come on live. I was about to fall asleep. I'm upstairs laying in the bed watching TV. What was I supposed to be talking about? Yeah, yesterday, I was emotional about the whole thing, but things like that happen sometimes. Sometimes you get triggered. Sometimes I get triggered by things that happen to black women. I really don't have any beef with anybody. I do want the best for black women. I do want us to get along. I know sometimes I talk a little bit too much because I'm outspoken. I'm blunt, but I do want the betterment for black women and black girls. I really do. Hey, Percy. Hey, my friend. Hello. The best version of me. This is the first time I've seen you around. Welcome. Oh, so guys, how was your day? My day was pretty good. I'm feeling relaxed. I'm not gonna stay on here too long. We can talk about that video with that guy, but I've been doing a lot of watching TV and I've been looking at the news. I've been looking at what's going on with Biden and Kamala, and I've seen all the executive orders that Biden has signed, and that's what I've been pretty much keeping up with today. I've been talking to some other conservatives about what Biden is doing, but that's just about it. Hey guys, welcome. Hit the like button. I hope that you guys are subscribed to my channel. Hello, I've never seen you around. Wow, there's a lot of people I've never seen here. I think I've seen you before, Angelic Baby. I've been following you for a long time. I just rarely catch a live. Yeah, there's a lot of people that follow me. They listen to my videos, but they say they don't comment. So I know a lot of people listen, but they just don't comment. And I understand why. People be watching your channel, they be watching your chat. So I completely understand. I know I'm supposed to be talking about that black males video. But sometimes I just don't feel like talking about black men. And tonight is one of those nights. But I'm gonna talk a little bit about his video. That guy, I cannot remember his name. The guy who made the video, that everybody's been talking about, the dark skinned guy from Florida. I think that he's pandering to black women, to be honest. I think that he's pandering to pro black women. Not really not really black women who date interracial or divestors. I think he's pandering to pro black women. I think he wants pro black women on his channel. I think he wants them to follow him. I mean, I know he has a lot of subscribers. You know, he has ads on his videos, so he's monetized. So black women have went over there and they've subscribed to his channel, and basically they have helped another black man to monetize his channel and to make money off of us, basically. But I think that he's pandering to pro black women. I don't really think it has anything to do with interracial dating black women or divestors. I think it's about him wanting attention and him wanting the attention of pro black women. So that's what I think those videos are about. A lot of black males on YouTube have figured out how to capitalize off of black women, how to earn money off of us. And so they talk about us every day. Like Kevin Samuels, like O'Shea Duke Jackson, uh, the rest of these guys in the manosphere, they talk about black women every day because it's making them money. And these black men have monetized their channels. You will see black women and other black people following them, liking their videos, subscribing to their channels. But I don't think they really have a solution for black women, and I don't really think they care. I just don't. I mean, the guy, he made some good points, especially when he brought up the stats about the interracial couples and, the successful marriage that black women and white men have. I like that he brought that up, but I believe that he was pandering to pro black women. I think he wanted them to come to his channel. Maybe he's looking for a sugar mama or he's looking for somebody to get with, because I see a lot of these black women saying that he's fine, he's sexy. And honestly, in my opinion, he's average. He's average at best. There's a lot of average black males that a lot of black women are calling fine and sexy when they're really just average or they're below average. So that's what I think he's doing. I think he's trying to get attention from black women. Maybe he's trying to talk to somebody outside of YouTube, because a lot of these black men on YouTube, some of these women, they're desperate and they're thirsty. So a lot of them are talking to these black men off of YouTube. Like they're giving these black men their numbers and they're communicating with them outside of YouTube. And I just don't understand that. I think that's very dangerous. But I see a lot of the pro black women doing that. And I see a lot of the YouTube thotties doing that also. They're talking to these black men behind the scenes. They're giving them their numbers and their social media accounts and different things like that. So maybe that's what he's trying to do. I haven't watched his videos. The only video that I watched was the video that he was talking about black women leaving black men. I haven't watched any of his videos, so I don't know what he talks about. But I saw another black woman said that he has 2 children out of wedlock. So, a lot of black women are calling him fine. They're calling him sexy, and he has 2 kids out of wedlock. He's not married. Apparently has a baby moms. I believe he used to be in the streets, but he cleaned his life up or something like that. I'm just going off of what I see other black women comment about this guy that has watched his videos. I haven't watched his videos, but I do appreciate that he did that video, because somebody needs to talk about the statistics, like between white men and white women. They get divorced more than black women and white men, just like black women and black men get divorced more than black women and white men marriages. And that says a lot. You know, um, I think that Jessica X did a video on it because she saw all of us doing a video on it. So she decided to uh, do a video on it, and then I looked at the video, and she tried to downplay the stats. That's what she tried to do. I haven't watched his videos either. I don't care. Yeah, I haven't watched his videos. Like I tell you guys, I don't really listen to a lot of what black men say because I don't really care what they have to say. So even if I'm watching a video where black women and black men are on the panel, whenever the black men are talking, I just move forward. I just fast forward and I don't even listen to what they have to say. I'm just there to listen to what black women have to say. So with that Jessica X video, she did a video on this and then she tried to downplay the stats when it came to white men and black women marriages. And I just believe that was a bunch of bullshit. She's trying to downplay it. She's trying to say it's not right or something like that, but she's a liar. In this country, they do a census on marriages, they do a census on everything. So they've been keeping track of these marriages probably ever since the 70s or the 80s. Maybe, yeah, about the 70s or the 80s. They've been keeping track of the marriages and things like that. So I don't understand why she said that black women and white men marriages are new. No, that's not how the census work. Just because you're in the UK, you don't get to talk about what's going on in the United States. Okay, they've been taking those censuses ever since the 80s. So the stats are right. Okay, the stats are right. Black women and white men have more success in marriage together than anybody else, including the white man and the white woman, including the black woman and the black man. So, that says a lot. I believe that black women and white men and non black men too, I believe that we make great couples. I really do. I believe that black women are good wives if their men are providers and they're protectors and they love them and they adore them. I believe that black women will not leave their husbands. If the man is good, I just don't think that black women would leave their husbands. And they're not leaving these white men. And the reason why they're not divorcing them is because they're treating them good. And also, they're providing for them. Most likely, they're protecting them and the black women are happy. So they're not going to divorce their husbands. When you divorce your husband is when you're not happy. When you don't want to be there, when you don't want to make it work, that's when you will go down there and file the papers. So if black women are not going down there filing the papers and white men are not going down there filing the papers, they want to be together. They want to be there. And I believe that white men and black women have a lot in common, more than you think. Just like the white dude in that video with the black guy. You know what? I used to follow that white guy's channel. The white guy that was in the video, talking about the stats with that black guy. I cannot remember that black guy's name. What is that black guy's name? What is his name? Anyway, the white guy that was in that video, with the bald head that was talking about the stats between black women and white men. I used to watch his videos. And he had a lot of good videos. He's very open minded, but that white guy is also, I would say, he's into the BDSM lifestyle. Okay, if you understand what I mean. I believe his channel is still up, but he talked a lot about black women and white men. I believe that he liked black women. It was something like that. Because I remember he did a video. That white guy, he did a video asking. He was asking black women, why do we like to be called queen? He couldn't understand why people were calling black women queens. And I remember he made the video and he asked us, why don't you want to be a princess? Why do you have to be a queen? And so a lot of black women got upset with the white guy because he was trying to tell them, Why do you guys want to be a queen? Why can't you be a princess? I think I forgot how he said it, but if I get the link to his channel, I will drop it. I will drop it in his video. He made some good content, and you can tell this white guy is open minded, and he's into the BDSM lifestyle and things like that. So he couldn't figure out why everybody would always call black women queens. He did not understand that. A lot of white men do not understand why black women and black men call black women queens. And he was saying, why? I mean, you guys don't want to be princesses? And I was like, nah, we're used to them calling us queen. I don't really, care if they call me that or not. A lot of times when black men call you a queen is when they want to try to lay down with you or they want to try to get some type of attention from you. So I don't really like when they call me queen. I really don't like when they do that because I believe that's some type of hotep pro black type of stuff. But some black women, they like that they called them queens, and they were upset with the white guy on his video because they was like, no, we want to be called queens. We want to be called queens. We don't want to be called princesses. So I remember that guy. Yeah, that's his name. Shoemake Way? Yeah, Zero. Yeah, that's his name, the white guy's channel. That is his name. Also, KD, this football player who went to school for business, got murdered by black men. He left back. I don't know. I remember him, but I don't know his name. That's his name. He made a lot of content that focused on white men and black women. Okay, and he made a lot of content, and a lot of black women got upset. I remember Paris Milan did not like his videos. I believe she tried to flag down one of his videos when he started making the videos. That white guy with the bald head. It was something like that. She did not like that he was pandering to black women, and I believe she did flag down one of his videos, Paris Milan. But I believe that was like maybe like a year or two ago, something like that. But he made some good content. But like I said, he's a part of the BDSM lifestyle. So he's kind of like a daddy dom, if you understand what I'm saying. And you would have to understand the lifestyle to understand what I'm talking about. But anyway, he made some good content, but he was right when he says that white men and black women are the strongest out of the race, and I believe that's true. I believe that white women and black men belong together. That's just my opinion. Like I saw two black men today with white women, and all both of those white women were fat. One of those white women were old, and she was fat, and the other white woman looked like she was trying to be ghetto or whatever like that, and she was also fat. And the black men were fat too. So a lot of times when you see these black men get with these white women, they're getting with the bottom shelf Becky. They're getting with the Becky that the white man does not want. And usually she's fat or she's old or something like that. So I believe that black men belong to white women. I think they should just come and get their men. And we need to trade off. White women can have black men and we can have their men. Because I believe if we were able to switch, I believe that black women and white men would be a power couple. We would get a lot of things done in this country. If it was up to us, because I believe that we do a lot for our race. I just don't believe the black man does a lot for us at all. I'm gonna drop the link if you guys want to come on. Let me see. Let me get it. Yeah, I'm gonna drop the link if somebody wants to talk because I don't really feel like talking. They like the The old white guy, hmm? Look like they are going to be on my 600 pound life. I just seen one in downtown Chicago. Oh yeah, I was out like grocery shopping and stuff like that. I saw two black guys and they looked like they were embarrassed because I don't turn away. When I see black men with white women, I look them dead in the face because I want them to know, look at this white woman that you got. This is not oppressive. So both of those white women were overweight. One of them was old, and the black men, they were overweight too. To me, they were out of shape. They weren't attractive. So a lot of times black women, they get so emotional when black men get with these other races of women. But to be honest, a lot of those black men that date those other races of women are not really attractive. Like Becky is not really getting the fine black men. You know what I'm saying? She's not really getting him. She's getting the black men that black women rejected and the black men that black women really don't want. That's just what I see. I rarely see Becky have a fine black man. Okay, I just don't see it. She usually gets with the black men that we've rejected, that we've pretty much thrown over there to her. And that's just about it. I don't really see her with no fine black male. Maybe I'm wrong, but I don't really see it. Kara, some old white dude used to make videos about black women and pro black women said nothing. An old white guy. I don't know. A group of black men attacked the black woman, jumped her, bite her in the eye, almost jumped her, bite her eye almost out because they thought she was better than them. Yeah, black men will say that. Saying that they're weaker than us hurts their feelings too, because they think because people like them in sports and entertainment that it means they are respected when they're not. Ha ha ha, so delusional. They'll be in their 30s and 40s. I've seen a lot of them get with 60-year-old white women. Oh yeah. Yeah, that white woman I saw today, she looked like she was in her late 50s. And the black guy looked like he was in his late 30s. And he was not really in shape. He was dark skinned. It's a lot of these dark skinned men getting with white women and non-black women, and these white women do not look good. I'm telling you. I would say if the white woman looked good, I would say she looked good. But the ones that I see with black men, they don't look good. And a lot of times they're fat. So when they get on here and tell black women that they're obese and, the collective of black women are overweight, when black men get with non black women, those women are overweight too. See? So it does not make any sense. Like he will tell you that you're overweight, but he will go to another race of woman and she'll be overweight too. So it has nothing to do with your weight size, really, or the color of your skin complexion. I think that black men just like white skin. I believe that they like white women's hair. I hear a lot of black men say that they love running their hands through white women's hair. So I think that they like white women's skin. I think that they like her hair because I hear a lot of black men say this, that they love rubbing their hands through Becky's hair. So I guess they feel that they cannot rub their hands through our hair because our hair is nappy or whatever. But anyway, who cares? This is the way God has made black women. Our hair is kinky. Some of our hair is nappy. We got curly hair, and different things like that. Some of us got soft, wavy hair. My hair is soft and wavy and curly. My natural hair is really soft. Um, but I hear black men say that a lot. So a lot of times I think that's why they're getting with non-black women. They say that the non-black women treat them better, but I don't really believe that. I just think that they're tired of being rejected by black women. So they go over there to the Becky that the white man doesn't want. White men wouldn't even want that Becky that these black men are getting at all. A lot of times the Becky got a flat ass, no ass at all. Black men will be right there with the Becky. Like the Becky I saw today, she was like probably in her late 50s. She had like blonde, gray hair. She was overweight and she had no ass at all. No ass at all. And that black man was walking around like he had a dime piece, y'all. He was walking around smiling. He was acting like he had a dime piece on his arm. And he looked like he was in his late 30s. Okay? So a lot of times black men are getting with these non-black women to take care of them. They want to be wine and dine. They want to be treated like women, basically. And they want black women to do that, but black women are tired of doing that. Black women are tired of taking care of black men like they're female. So let Becky do it. You know what I'm saying? Let her do it. Oh, him? What his name is? Colin? I don't even watch his videos. You know what I'm saying? Like that white guy, I don't know. I don't know about him. I think he does a lot of pandering too. I don't watch his videos. You know what I'm saying? I don't watch that Colin white guy. I think that's his name, Cole, whatever his name is. I don't watch his video. I think he does a lot of pandering to black women too. So you have to be careful with these men trying to pander to us. Um, don't allow them to pander to you like that. You know what I'm saying? They're just trying to get money or get clicks and views off of black women. Black men think being with white women will give them racial equality in the eyes of white people. That will never happen. Black men are treating them the same way they treat black women. That's why I be laughing at them in public. Me too, girl. Me too. That's why I look at black men. Like some black women, they don't like to look at black men when they with those non-black women. I look right at the black male. And sometimes I'm with my man and my man is white and I will look directly at him and say, hey, because I want him to see me. I want him to see that I see him with that unattractive Becky. I want him to know that I see him with that overweight Becky. And a lot of times these black men be embarrassed. When they see black women looking at them and they with those unattractive Beckys, they be embarrassed. I've seen black men try to put their head down. I've seen black men leave the white women behind, be walking in front of the white woman while the white woman is walking all the way behind him because he's embarrassed. He's embarrassed of the white women that he's getting. So a lot of times he be like trying to put his head down. He don't want to make eye contact. And I be looking directly at him with a big smile on my face because if you think somebody's jealous about that, ain't nobody jealous about that, Negro. I catch white men, not white men, I catch black men watching me all the time. Like when we go outside, when we go on our little dates or whatever like that, when we do our little things out in public, I will see black men watching me. They'll be watching us and, looking at me all stink or whatever like that. They don't never smile. But they be looking at me all stink like I'm dirty or whatever like that. And I'd be like, hey, I do not care. Looking like a lost puppy. And Becky be all the way behind him. Black men be ashamed of these Beckys. I'm telling you. I've seen black men leave the Becky. I see them do this to black women too. I see them do this to black women too. When black men don't really care nothing about you, you will see black men walking in front of these women, not beside them. You won't see them holding their hands. It's like they're trying to, walk in front of them so people don't think that they're together. That's what they do. I see them do this to these white women all the time, or they'll let the white woman walk in front of them and they will be behind the white woman, walking behind her because they be embarrassed. They be embarrassed. But I see black men do this to black women too. I see them do this to some black women that they don't really want to be with and they want to use. A lot of black men use women for their money. Like they use them for a place to stay. Like they use them to drive their cars. They want black women to use their credit on them. White women too. They're using the white women too. They're spending up all the white woman's money. They're messing up her credit. They're doing all of the same things that they do to black women. Just like they turn black women into single mothers, they're doing the same thing to white women and Hispanic women. They're turning them into single mothers. They're turning them into domestic violence survivors also. Oh yeah, they want to be trannies. They want to be women. They want to be wine and dine. My brother dumped on black women because his baby mom is Italian, but she sustains his hustle via SSI check, has a cleft lip, low self esteem, overweight, and has to be bisexual to keep her man at times. Oh my God. Yeah, they think being valued as athletes mean they're valued in society. They're just like, they're like a mule. They're like a mule. And they've been a mule for a long time, even in slavery days. So they just use black men to kind of like be a mule. You know what I'm saying? They use him to do like the dirty work or whatever like that. But he's not really strong. He's not really strong mentally. Because you know what, you guys, you know how the black man likes to say he's so athletic and his body is so strong and he's so muscular and he has the best body out of all races of men. This is not true. You know how I figured that this is not true? You realize that every time that those black men get into the ring, those boxers, those guys that, get into the ring like Floyd Mayweather, those boxers or whatever like that. Every time the black male goes up against a white man, he always gets his ass beat. You guys don't notice that? When they're in the ring and when they're boxing and stuff like that. When the black male goes up against the white man, the black man always says that he's stronger than the white man. But when he gets in the ring and they start to, box, the black man usually gets knocked out. I've seen this happen like 3 times in the last couple of years. So these white boys, they're strong too. Don't let anybody fool you. They're strong. They're strong and they're smarter than black men when it comes to fighting. So like these white men are beating their ass when they get in those boxing rings. They tear their ass up. They beat them up pretty bad. They really do. I can't remember the last black guy that got beat up. This white guy knocked him out. And you remember Jamel Hill and another black woman that dates white guys. They were laughing at the black guy that got knocked out. And they were telling the white guy, I can't remember the white guy who won. What's his name? That won that boxing match with that black guy got knocked out. I mean, he got beat down, honey. It was embarrassing. And the black male collective was embarrassed because that white boy knocked him out. And I remember Jamil Hill and that other pretty black girl from ESPN. What's her name? Yeah, Jake Paul. Thank you. Yeah, that's what it was, the Jake Paul fight. Black men like to say they're so strong. And, white men can't fight. And, white men are not built to, fight them. That is not the case. Jake Paul knocked that dude out. Black men was embarrassed. That's why they were all on Twitter and all online trying to like make jokes and laugh at that other black guy because they were embarrassed. Black men were embarrassed that he got knocked out by that white guy. Oh my God, let me plug up my phone. It is going dead. Okay, I'm going to drop the link. Yeah, Jamil Hill and Carrie Champion. Carrie, she dates white guys. I think she either goes with a white guy or she was married to a white guy. Jamil Hill is married to a black guy though. Yeah, Nate Robinson and Jake Paul. Exactly. That black guy got knocked out. And it was a fight before that. It was another fight with the white guy. I think he was from the UK. And the other black guy was from California. And he got knocked out too. So when black men try to say that white men are so weak, this is not true. There's a lot of white men that work out, especially those tall white men, those built white guys. They're not gonna take black men's shit, okay? That immature rapper, the baby, was all up on Jake, right? It's kind of embarrassing to get beat up by an amateur. Oh girl, he got knocked out. And black men were embarrassed. That's why they were all online trying to, crack jokes on that guy, Nate Robinson. They were trying to throw Nate Robinson under the bus because they was embarrassed that that white man beat his ass like that. So black men are not the strongest men. Black men are not the only race of men that have big penises. Okay? This is a lie. This is a lie. Other races of men have big penises also. It has to do with your bloodline, and it runs in the family. If you understand what I'm saying, it runs in the family, and so all black men do not have a big penis. That's another lie. All black men cannot fight. Okay, because everybody says black men can fight and they can do this. No, they can't. Not all black men can fight, and not all black men got a big penis. This is a lie. Okay? Other races of men, I think she was trolling. Who was trolling? Jamil Hill. Oh yeah, she was trolling them. And I think they told I think they made a joke with Jake Paul. And I think they said that you knocked them back into slavery or something like that. What did Jamil Hill and Carrie Champion said to Jake Paul about Nate Robinson? I think they made a joke and they said that, did he feel bad for beating a black guy up or something like that? I've had bigger from other races of men. I'm telling you the truth. I'm going to be honest with you. I would say the biggest that I have ever experienced was from a white guy. It was not from a black guy. It was from a white guy. And I mean, it was huge. It was huge. Girl, it was huge. I had never seen anything that big in my life. I could not believe it. So when they say that white guys do not have big penises, they're lying. His penis was huge. Yeah, that's what she said. Is it racist to knock a black guy out? Yeah, that's what she said. She said, was it racist to knock him out? I mean, that was cold blooded. And the white boy was like, what are you talking about? And I know when he got off of camera, he was laughing. He knew exactly what they were talking about. Okay. But he didn't want to come across like he was, laughing at black men or laughing at Nate Robinson. But I mean, he literally knocked Nate Robinson all the way back into the slavery plantation. He beat that nigga down like he stole something, y'all. It was embarrassing. Man, Joseph was laughing so hard at that shit. I was laughing. Black men cannot fight, girl. I've seen black women beat up black men. Okay, I've seen black women beat black men up. So, okay, some of them cannot fight. White men are the largest. I hope not too big. That would hurt. I'm gonna be honest with you. It did hurt. It did hurt. I was like, no. Oh no. It did hurt. I had never seen anything, you guys. You guys, if I can It was huge. I mean, literally, it was like the size of a can, like a soda can. You know how a soda can, the width of a soda can? It was like that. It was like that, you guys. It was huge. I was like, no way. I cannot deal with that. No way. Because honestly, for me, I don't like them too big. Some women like them real, real big. I don't really like them real big. I like them where I can enjoy it. I don't like it where I'm in pain, if you understand what I'm saying. But this white guy, I mean, he was skinny. He was skinny. He's in the military. Uh, I don't talk to him anymore, but sometimes he do send me a text message. But he knows that I'm in a relationship. But his penis was huge. I had never seen anything like that. And I said, what were you doing? I said, did you take some pills or something like that? He said, of course not. Because they have pills. Like a lot of these men are using pills or they're using some type of machine to make their penis grow or something like that. So I was like, did you use some pills or something? Did you do something to it? He's like, no, it's been like this all my life. Girl, it was huge. I like average. I do not like it small at all, but I do not like it big. You know how some women want it huge and they want it like 9 inches? No, thank you. No, I don't want it like that. I want to be able to enjoy it. I don't want to be in pain. Uh, I don't want to feel like you're breaking my body up. That's another reason why I don't like black men. Because I feel like when you deal with black men, it's like they're tearing your body up. Let me get off me. I'm serious. Like when you are dealing with black men, it feels like they're beating on you. You guys don't feel, I haven't dealt with black men in years, but when I did deal with them, it felt like they were beating your body up. It just wasn't fun. It wasn't romantic. It wasn't like, it wasn't sensual. It just seemed like they were trying to attack you. I don't know, but nobody else. But that's how it felt to me. That's another reason why I can't deal with them. They're too rough. Black men are rough. They do not know how to satisfy women. I hear a lot of black women say this. I've heard younger black women say this. I've heard older black women say this. Black men are not really good in the bedroom. They do not know how to satisfy women. They're not really good with oral sex. They're not really sensual. They don't really do a lot of foreplay. It's just like they want to beat you up, beat you up, beat you up. And I don't like that. They watch porn and think it's sexy. I'm the one like pull my hair down. They don't do oral well at all. White men do it best. Oh yeah, white men do oral sex the best. This is fact. That's why I think a lot of black women are staying married to white men also, because white men are really good with oral sex. They will literally like please you and then they will please themselves. Then they will get off. Not the black male. Not the black male. He's not like that. The white male, he enjoys oral sex with you. He does. The white man has the best. He has the best oral sex in the game. I'm serious. He loves foreplay. He loves massaging you. He loves kissing all over you. He's really good at pleasing you before he gets him. Not the black male. Not the black male. I've heard older black women say that they don't even get an orgasm when they deal with black men. I've heard younger women say this too, that they have never experienced an orgasm when they're dealing with black men. Black men think that they just need to pump you, beat your back out, beat your walls down. That's not what's gonna make you have an orgasm. So there's a lot of black women that have never experienced an orgasm because they deal with black men. I'm telling you the truth. I've heard older women say this. I'm talking about women like my mother's age or younger. I would hear them say that all black men are good at is beating it up. All he want to do is get his nut, and that's it. He do not care anything about satisfying the woman. That's why I like white men. And if you get with the white guy that has a big penis and a good sized penis, and he has a good oral game, girl, and he can provide and protect, I'm not going nowhere. I'm not going nowhere. The white man got the money, and if he got a big penis and he's good with oral sex, black women is not going nowhere. That's why they're staying married to these white men. When they get married to them, that's why they're staying married to them. Okay, because the white man believes in pleasing the woman before he gets pleased. You understand what I'm saying? I know y'all know what I'm saying. I want to date a white guy. How do you get past the pink part? Listen, it's not really pink. It's not really pink. Believe me, if you like him, that doesn't even matter. You know, black women get up on black men's penis all the time. I'm trying to figure out, how do you guys get past the ashiness, and how do you look at it? Because black men penises are ashy. Some of them need to put lotion on their. Let me stop talking about that. I beat it up. I beat it up. Exactly. See, that's why sex workers don't touch them. Non-black men allowed is what they say. Exactly. Hell no, we ain't leaving if they doing all that. Girl, for real. Think about it. If the white man got the money, he's making life better for you. He's providing for you. He's protecting you. He usually has you in a good neighborhood, in the suburbs. If you got a good white man, you're not gonna be in the hood, okay? You're gonna be over there with the rest of the white people, okay? Just like I am. You're not gonna be in the hood. So most likely, if you get with a good white man who's a high earner or who makes a decent, living, you will not be in the hood. He's going to pay all the bills. White men know how to pay bills, okay? They're not going to ask you to pay no bills. They're not going to be bothering you about things like that. You know what I'm saying? They're going to pay all the bills. So you're not going to be stressed out about paying no bills. You feel what I'm saying? Like a lot of pro-black women, they're stressed out every day because they have to figure out how to pay the bills with these black men. They're going 50-50. And a lot of times the black men are not helping them with the bills. So they're stressed out. And, they eat a lot too. That's why a lot of black women are like, overweight, because black men are stressing them out and they have to take care of these children and they have to work these jobs and, they have to pay these bills, and black women are always stressed out. So I think that plays a part on why a lot of black women are overweight. So usually when you get with white men, I'm not saying all white men, but you got to make sure you pick the right guy. White, Hispanic, Asian. You got to pick the right guy. You got to make sure he's able to provide, protect, and he's gonna love you, and he's gonna love you for who you are. You know what I'm saying? Somebody that's not gonna try to, make you into like the white woman. You want somebody that's gonna love you for who you are. You know what I'm saying? A decent man, a good man, a man that has integrity, a protector and a provider. He's not gonna let anything happen to you. So usually when these black women get married to white men, if he's paying all the bills, he's taking care of them, and he's making love to them really good with the oral sex, they're not going nowhere. Why would they go? Why would they leave? They're getting everything that they need. So that's why a lot of times these black women are not divorcing these white men, because life is so much easier with them. if you understand what I mean. Yeah, it's not really that. It's not really pink. I would say it's more like an off white. If you let's not talk about the white man's penis color. Because I don't even look at it like that. I don't even look at it like that. I don't. I don't even look at it like that. White men take control when it comes to loving a woman, money, protector, and a good lover. Yeah. I never understood pink thing. You don't see black men complaining about it. Exactly. Black men are not talking about white women, that they're pink and all that. You don't never hear black men say that. You know what black men will say? Well, all of them are pink inside. That's what they say. They say all women are pink inside. So they don't even talk about it like that. It's only black women that do that. And I think why black women do that because they try to discourage you from dealing with the white man, from sleeping with them. They try to, make it seem like it's a bad guy, a bad thing. The Hispanic man, his penis is a little darker. Let me stop talking about these penis color. Let's move on from that. Let's move on from that. Let's move on. Who is Mo Brown? Is this a black man or is this a young lady? Who is Mo Brown? Mo Brown, don't come over here with that now. Is this a woman or is this a guy? Because let me tell you, sometimes with black men, they will take black women's avatars and they will put them in they will take pictures of black women and put them in the avatars. So sometimes you're talking to black men, they're not really black women. So I don't really know. Mo Brown, that could be a black man. I don't know. I moved out the hood 4 years ago. I have no idea where to try to date now. Well, you got to go where they be at. You got to go where the white men are at, honey. White men, they don't do the things that black men do. You're going to have to go where they are. You're going to have to find them in the country clubs or you sometimes they be at the five-star hotels and the five-star bars. And you got to go where white men are. You got to go where they frequent. You got to go to Starbucks. You, you got to go where the white men are. You're not going to find them in the hood, okay? Not a decent white man. You're just not going to find them. Me personally, I didn't really have to go find my man. He pretty much found me. He pretty much found me. You know what I'm saying? A lot of black women are finding men online dating and different things like that. You will meet white men at the job. A lot of black women are getting with white men that they meet at the job that they work with. This is very common. This is where a lot of black women are getting with white men at the job. You're a woman. Okay, I'm sorry if I got you wrong. I just wanted to make sure because I know black men do this a lot. They will troll you and they're not a woman. Exactly. Black men love it. So why do black women say that? I think they want you to feel guilty or feel ashamed for dealing with white men. So they try to make it seem as, bad as possible. But I don't see anything wrong with it. Believe me, it all works the same. It all works the same, honey. White men can beat it up too. They can beat it up. I don't know what type of white guys y'all coming across, but white men can beat it up. They will pull your hair. They will do those type of things too. Okay. They can beat it up. And you will meet them online. A lot of women are meeting them online through dating apps, through social media platforms. That's how a lot of black women are meeting non-black men. They're meeting them online, at the job, out the military also, um, and different things like that. But you have to go where they are. You know what I'm saying? You have to go where they are. You know, white men do things a little bit different than black men. They like different things. So if you want to meet them, meet non-black men, you have to go where they are. That's all I can tell you. But a lot of black women are meeting them online. Okay? That's where a lot of black women are meeting these guys from, online. And so they start talking online, and then they meet up and they go out on dates, and then they start dating, and some of them get engaged and they get married, and that's where they're meeting them at. But I know a lot of black women that are meeting uh high earning white men at their job. Okay? Non-black men, they're meeting them at the job too. You're here for the advice. I don't know. I don't know. You might be a black male. Let me drop the link. Okay, let me see where it's at. I can't talk for so long, guys. I gotta call in the night. I'm usually in bed early. I go to bed early. But black women are leaving black men. That's what this live was about. A lot of black women are walking away from black men because they're tired of they're tired of it. Black women want to be loved. They want to be cared for. They want to be wined and dined. They want to be treated just like every other woman is being treated. Black women are tired of being the mule. They're tired of being abused. They're tired of not being satisfied. They're tired of not being protected. Black men are not really satisfying these women out here like that. They think that they're getting satisfied, but they're really not. They're really not. They're just getting beat up and pumped and different things like that. But I had a friend tell me that she told a black guy she wasn't having an orgasm, and the black male said it's not his problem. She was black. Yeah, they do that all the time. Hey, Kara. Hey, Chad. Hey, how you doing? I can't believe she think I'm trolling. I mean, I'm gonna let you stay, but I don't know if you're real, if you're trolling or not. Filmmaker George Lucas is married to a sister. Yeah. Look at what black women complaining about. It's him not being black, but black men will stick their delusional dicks into anything. Oh yeah, they will. Black men are, they'll have sex with just about anything. They will. When I was growing up, black men would mess with the women that were on drugs. You know, like the drug dealers, they would be messing with the women that were crackheads. So black men do not care. They do not care like that. Okay, they will sleep with just about anything. They're sleeping with each other. So they don't care. They sleep with trannies. Uh, they pay the trannies to sleep with them. And these trannies are getting money out of black men. They don't deal with black men for free. A lot of these trannies are getting paid by black men. Black men are paying their bills. They're paying their rent, their car notes, and different things like that. They don't care. They really don't. Okay, somebody's coming up here. Let's see who it is. I'm gonna let you up. Okay,
Hello?
you can hear. Hey, you can hear me.
I can hear you.
Okay, what would you like to say?
Oh, I guess I would like to talk about the topic.
Okay, why do you think black women are leaving black men?
I honestly think that he's trolling black women.
Oh, the black guy. Yeah, I think he's trolling them, but I think he's using them for like subscribers and likes and views. He's monetized now. I noticed that he wasn't monetized before, but all of a sudden he's monetized now.
Cause the majority of black women still want black man. So he's just trolling.
Yeah, I think that most black women do. I think that there's only like maybe a 15%, maybe 20% of us that will date interracial. But a lot of the pro black women have dated other races of men. They just don't like to tell the truth about it. A lot of them have slept with other races of men also, but they don't want to say it because they don't want black men to know. That's what I think. But only like 15%, maybe like 20% of us will actually like get in a relationship and get married to a non-black man. But most black women do, um, they do prefer black men. We're gonna be honest about that. Most of them do.
I do think that there's a good minority of us that will date out. I do.
You do?
But I think that he's like focused. To me, I just think that I have a weird feeling because I just kind of do think that he is focused on us and not the ones that want him.
Oh, so you think that he's pandering to like black women that want to open their option? You don't think he's pandering to the pro black women?
It doesn't seem that way to me because like
Hmm.
when he came out like with when he came out with to me his video he started talking about the black women that have it easy, like basically when he came out and he was like talking about like black women, he was focused on us. He wasn't focused on like the Sydney G's and not those type of black women.
Well, yeah, maybe he wants the attention, but like he says, when he did that video, he was acting like he was upset about what that white guy said. He was like it pissed him off. So maybe he's trying to get the attention of black women that want to expand their options, and maybe he wants them to focus on him or bring them back to black men. I don't know what he's doing, but it seems like he's in my opinion, it seems like he's looking for a woman uh, on these YouTube streets. I think he wants to find somebody because somebody says he's already got two children out of wedlock. So he already has a baby mom. So I don't know. He's definitely trying to use us for money, but maybe he is trying to bring us over there to his channel. But I didn't subscribe to his channel.
Well, all I have to say is that he's not fooling me.
Yeah, he's not fooling me neither. So what was my other question? What do you think that black women like about non-black men compared to black males? What do you think the difference is? You
Um,
dated non-black men before?
I've dated them.
So I mean, do you think it's a difference or not big of a difference?
I would say yeah, it's a difference.
Yeah, I think it's a
It's
difference
a
also.
difference.
It is. And a lot of people say that it's not. But I've dated black men. There is a difference between the way white men and non-black men treat you compared to black men and as far as in a relationship. I'm not saying they're perfect. Men are men, but there's definitely a difference. Because I even feel like if you break up with a non-black man or the relationship doesn't work, it's just not the same like when you get rid of a black male. Like the black male will not go away. Usually, when you deal with the black man, he drains the life out of you. Like he leaves you drained. Like he's either tearing up your credit or he's cheating on you. He's doing different things. It seems like he does more damage to you, even if the relationship doesn't work, compared to the non-black man, in my opinion. I don't know.
Well, I would say I have to agree with you.
No, you're gonna have to hit the link, Diana. I think I dropped that link in here already. I'll drop the link again. Hold on. Yeah, it's a difference. Men are men, but it is a difference. I don't care what nobody said. I don't think I would ever go back to dating black men. You know how some black women like they get in a relationship with a non-black man and that one relationship doesn't work out and then they just run back to black men. I don't think I would ever do that. I just don't feel that, on that side that I'm going to get what I want. I just don't think so. So even if I was to go through, like breakups with non-black men, I still wouldn't go back to black men. I still wouldn't want them. I don't have any attraction to them anymore. I don't even see myself like being having a future with them. So I don't know how some black women like they be in like relationships with non-black men, and like if it doesn't work out, they go right back to black males because like their feelings got hurt or something like that. That's just not the case with me. I won't go back over there. I'm sorry. I won't go back over there, but thank you so much, Glow. I don't know if Diana want to come on here and talk, but I appreciate you. I think you are you subscribed to my Patreon or
Um,
no?
no, I'm not subscribed.
Okay, okay. I saw a Glow. Okay. Well, is that all you want to say? Or you got
Uh,
anything else to say?
that's it.
Okay, thank you so much. Yeah, if Diane, if you want to say something, you can say something if you want. I'm probably gonna stay on here another 15, 20 minutes. I just like how, white men they treat me good. I mean, black men, I just don't know what it is with them. I've always had a difficult time with black men. Black men are not really good. They don't understand you. They don't try to understand you. They're always talking about the white man all the time. That's another thing. That's another thing that turns me off about the black male. He talks about the white man all the time. Oh my God, look at all those people trying to come into our country. Oh my God. Oh my God. Those people are trying to come into our country from Guatemala. Oh my God. It's a lot of them out there. Okay, back. Hispanic men are my second choice. Yeah, I like Hispanic men. I like white Hispanic men. I like tall men. This is the thing with me. If you guys look at that video that I made with the interracial couples, I like tall men. So like, if you're not tall, like I'm not gonna really give you a time of day. Like I'm short. I like a man that's tall. I like a man that is kind of like medium built that can protect me, like a little husky. I like that type of stuff. I don't like short men, and I don't like men that are really, really skinny. I don't like that. Um. Okay, Diana, is that you? Yes, that is. There you go. Hey, Diana.
Hi, Kara D.
How you doing?
Fine. I'm glad that I'm able to finally get on. I never knew what to do because I'm like, what's that link? What's that link? I'm still kind of new to the studio link chat
Yeah.
stuff. So,
So, what did you want to say?
I wanted to say that I think a lot of like black women are just choosing not to deal with black men because of their pathology and the way that some of them have been socialized and raised in terms of dealing with black women. And it's
Hmm.
exhausting having to go through all these changes and build them up and do all this extra work. And it's just like, well, what's the point if I got to take care of you like you a child? Or I have to um, dumb down my ideas or dumb down my education and my own value for you to feel like a man. Nobody has time for that. And a lot of white men are not socialized and raised with that destructive mindset. And black women are just not here for the nonsense that they've been getting from black men.
Yeah, I
And
think
it's a
black women are
generational thing
tired.
too. It's like what? Because I grew up with both parents, so
Me
and it's
too.
hard to find people who act like my dad. It's just a needle in a haystack. So if that means I have to date out, then I have no problem. And white men have treated me better than black men. You never have to ask for anything. They open doors. You never have to pay for anything. When you say
Exactly.
you're going to do something, they encourage you. They don't say, "Oh, why you want to do that? You don't need to
Yeah.
do that. What about me?" and all that whining and stuff. Oh, girl, I just don't have time for it. It's just the dustiness and the thirst. It's just ridiculous of black men. They want to be viewed as kings, but you're not providers and protectors. Kings are providers and protectors. They don't sit around doing nothing. Their words and their actions match.
Yeah, I think that's what the thing is with me. Maybe because I had, my father has been a part of my life my whole life. I compare like men to my father and a lot, and I just feel like a lot of black men just don't add up. They're so feminine. Like in my experience, they always want to be in a competition with me. They always want to be in the competition. If I went and got something, they want to go get something better than me. You know what I'm saying? They always wanted
Right.
to be like in a competition. Um, you have to tell them to pay bills. You know what I'm saying? You have to remind them, hey, you got to go pay the bills today or something like that. With the white man, you don't have to remind him. He's on top of it. You don't have to ask him for money. He just knows to give you what you need. It's just like he knows what to do. Maybe because like most white men come out of two-parent households, so maybe they know what to do as far as like their fathers paying bills and stuff like that. But like in my experience with black men, you have to remind them when it's time to pay the bills. You have to say, hey, you got to go do this, you got to go do that. It's like you're dealing with a kid. And then what happens is you're not getting satisfied. Then he's always in a competition with you. And then he's always complaining about the white man. Or he's always, want to be the victim and he wants to use you. In my opinion, the black man can have money and he still want to use you and your money. He still wants your money.
Yeah, and it's exhausting and it's sad. And I wanted to say too that I just have one child, and I have a black son that's a teenager, and I'm raising him to be the opposite of what's out here, because I think
Hmm.
black women and women in general deserve to be with men with integrity that are providers and protectors, and that's going to stand up for what's right instead of following, the crowd, and be a leader and not a follower. And that's what I'm trying to instill in my son. And I let him listen to some of your broadcasts too, because
Really?
he's a teenager. Yeah.
Girl, don't do that.
No, just not the
Not
ones
the,
where it's
yeah.
like, the
Yeah, I
sexual
know.
stuff, but just the part about, how to be a young man, what's expected of you. And he's learning, because he likes to buy stuff for his friends, but he uses his own money to do it. He doesn't come to me asking for money.
Yeah, I think
He
it
speaks
starts
up
at
for he speaks
home.
up for women and stuff. And it does start at home. And if you have women that are not um paying attention to the things that their sons are doing and saying when it comes to dealing with young girls and women in general, you're going to have a bunch of problems. And a lot of people, they look, a lot of these boys, they look at how their moms are being treated by the men that their moms deal with, and then they
Mm,
become those men themselves, and that's a
exactly.
problem. And I'm not that woman,
Yeah, I
so I
believe
think
that
that's part of it too. So
you're absolutely right. I do believe that black women should be with all both of their children, their daughters and their sons.
right.
But if
Hmm.
you have a son, and as a black woman, as a black mother, I feel that you, in some ways, you should be able to like uh, teach him to respect black women. I don't understand how some black women are not able to teach their sons that. But I believe if you spend more time with your sons and you let them know, hey, I'm a black woman, you're going to respect black women, you're going to honor them. You're going to protect them. You're not going to do anything to brutalize them. You're going to be a stand up guy. You're going to go out there. You're going to earn everything and work hard, for what you want in life. I think that we would have uh, a better son, if you understand what I'm saying. I think that we would have more black males being better, but I just don't think that uh, not only black women, but the fathers too now. Because
Right,
see,
but then
a lot of times we don't talk about the fathers because they're no way around.
right, and then the whole thing too is that a lot of a lot of black women, unfortunately, whether they're married or not, but more times than often when they're not married, they're putting these men that they're in relationships with ahead of the needs of their children and their sons and daughters, and that's part of the problem too. And then
Yes,
they
it
get
is.
out here and they expect the young men expect women to pick up where their mother left off, and you're damaged because you were neglected or abused, and your mom was too focused on having a man in the house instead of having somebody in the house that was going to teach you how to be a man and teach you how to respect your mom like he respects your mom, if that's what you were exposed to. And then if it's not, you have a bunch of knuckleheads, running around here being violent toward women. And another part of this violence with women, like men assaulting women and doing all this stupid stuff because they don't want to talk to you. Some of these young people are like second and third generation like crack babies, and people haven't made that connection. Like some of those kids, some of them were born addicted to drugs and stuff and a bunch of other
Mm.
problems, and then they get grown and they don't have no reasoning skills. They don't have any coping skills, and they get out here and they overreact to situations to where they don't even need to overreact like that. Like, because a woman don't want to talk to you, you want to kill her, you want to rape her, you want to beat her up. I mean, that makes no sense to me. And that's part of the problem. People don't want to address that either. That is also part of the problem.
You know
Why you
what?
have all this
You're
violence
right.
against women? It's
I think
insane.
some of them got mental health issues, and they haven't
On
dealt with
top of
it
that,
yet.
too, I think it's all in
Hmm.
one big pot. It definitely needs to be, you know, dealt with like collectively within the black community, because therapy and getting help for things that people have experienced in the past, their traumas and stuff, that stuff goes a long way. People don't really understand the importance and the power. There's power in healing and going to therapy for past traumas and stuff. And I think
Yeah,
when people deal with those issues, they'll be able to love themselves and then love those around them, because this not dealing with it and ignoring it, it's wreaking havoc and destroying communities and the lives of women and children in said community. So
yeah, I think black women need to do therapy too.
yeah.
Because see, a lot of times we don't talk about it a lot because the focus is always on the black male child. But a lot of these black little girls are being neglected too, by the moms and by their fathers. Sometimes the mothers, and we're just going to be honest, sometimes they bring different men in and out the house.
Yep.
And so the children, they see this. A lot of times the mothers are not really connected to the daughters. They don't really talk to them a lot. I know some girls that their mothers never talked about the birds and the bees. Like they never told them anything about condoms or anything. And so they grow up to be adults and they don't even know anything about that type of stuff because their mothers never sat down and talked to them. So the little girls are getting neglected also. Um, but I do believe that black women need to um, a lot of black women need to get into therapy. We need to deal with the issues that we have been through from the past, like from abuse, from our fathers not being around. Because there are a lot of black women that do not have fathers, and so they don't understand how it feels to have a father. And I'm telling you, it's very important for a little girl, a little boy too, but for a little girl to have her father because her father is the first example of a man. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And so, like with me, a lot of times I will like judge men off of my father, what I know he will do or what he's done or the
Right.
man that he is. And I believe that because black women, a lot of them don't have fathers, they don't really know how to judge men. And so
Right.
when it's time to date and things like that, they don't understand how it works because they don't understand what men are supposed to be doing. A lot of times they think that men are supposed to be online, being feminine and, beating women up and just sleeping around and, making babies all over the place. That's not what they're supposed to be doing. They're supposed to, eventually they're supposed to find a woman that they want to be their wife and create a legacy with her and take care of their children. But a lot of these black men are abandoning their children. So they don't have father figures. They don't know how it goes. And so the girls are lost. And the boys need, a lot of times they need a father too. Because, the father will teach them a lot of things that women cannot teach them. Like, even though we're their mothers, we do not have any idea how it is to be a man. We do not,
Right.
we don't know how it is to have a penis and how to go through puberty. These boys need to talk to their fathers,
Yeah,
you
and then if
know.
they don't have a father, because that's my issue. I'm never married or whatever, and that's fine for me. But I knew I was gonna raise my son by myself, so I made sure that he got a volunteer big brother, got involved with sports, got mentors, got involved with things related to tech, and seeing men who look like him that are doing positive things. And that's also a resource too. Even if you don't have that, there's a way to deal with not having that male father in the home.
And you know what? To
And
be
you have to be
honest,
willing
I've
to go
seen.
and do it, the work to get that. You have to, because I had to work to get him his volunteer big brother, and
Hmm.
locate all these resources, because I knew that I was going to take care of him by myself, but I wanted him to have, something beyond, my father and the men in my family and my brother and, uncles and cousins and stuff, that are men. And he's turning out pretty good. So,
I've seen um in my family, I've seen most of them, they have their fathers, but I've seen in my neighborhood where black women can raise good sons. Okay, this is possible, even without a father. You know what I'm saying? Not all black men that don't have fathers grow up messed up. You understand what I'm saying? A
right.
lot. I've seen this happen. I've seen black women do this, raise good sons, even though the fathers weren't around. It's possible, but like how you said, you got to have a positive, like a male role model. You got to keep your children out of the street. I believe that a lot of these boys and the girls also, they get involved into the street, and these people like they be like a big influence on their lives. So a lot of times with the black male child, you have to keep him away
Yeah, you have to
from.
move them to the
Yeah,
suburbs, because that's where we
yeah,
are. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, no, I mean, I lived in the suburbs, like, when I was, pregnant with him and stuff, and still in college and graduated and whatnot. But I wanted to make sure he was in a place, that was safe.
Hmm.
I'm from San Francisco, and that's not where I wanted my son. Even though San Francisco is diverse, San Francisco got hoods too, and thugs. You got generations of black men over there killing each other, and the same can be said for Oakland, California. I mean, Oakland already has 11 homicides, and the year just started, and it's all young black men, and it's just really sad. That's why I don't have my son in certain cities, because I want my son to be able to grow up and become a man and be a productive member of society.
Yeah,
So
that's
environment is really important when you're raising your sons and your black uh, female daughters, because you got a lot of black people that got that crab in the bucket mentality, and they don't want to see you doing better than them. So you just got to separate yourself, and if that means moving around where you don't see people who look like you, that's your neighbors or classmates, then so be it. But I'd rather have my child, living out his days. You know what I'm saying? Instead of being cut down
Yeah, I know.
in
I
the
think
streets.
that's what happens. I think a lot of children, they'll be okay, but when they get into the streets and they start having like older people influence them, and people that are part of the streets that don't have nothing going on in their lives, it will lead your children down the wrong path. So this is true. Even with the
Exactly.
girls too. Even with the girls too. Black women should focus a lot on their girls. Their girls are screaming for attention. Um, I think that, black women are hurt. A lot of us are, have been through a lot, and, we have a lot going on, and we don't deal with it. And then we have children. And then, when we have the kids, we don't make it better for them. If you understand what I'm saying, we have like a lot of
Yeah.
issues that we haven't dealt with. And so it goes off into the kids. And so we're not really connected to our children. There's a lot of black women I notice. They will take care of their children. They will provide for them, but they're not emotionally connected to them. Like their children cannot come to them and talk about anything. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, there's like a emotional disconnect, and then the moms aren't doing their own self-care, and a lot of black women have been socialized to put everybody before themselves, and that definitely
Yeah.
needs to stop. I mean, because even with my parents, they worked together to raise me and my siblings, but they always put us first, and they worked together in doing that.
Mhm.
So, but yeah, I just wanted to call and share. That's all. And I enjoy listening
Oh.
to your channel. I'll be cracking up at work. They be like, "What you laughing at?" I
I
said,
know
"Parody
sometimes
getting
I
on some
be go
cases."
girl, sometimes I be wilding out. I know people like, damn, she must be bipolar.
No, somebody got to say something. I mean, it's just so much going on in the world, and sometimes you just need to have that space where you could just, vent and say how you feel, and then keep it moving, talk about solutions, and move on to the next topic or whatever you want to talk about. But I'm glad that I got to talk to you, and I enjoy your channel.
Oh, thank you so much, Diana. Thank you for supporting me, hon.
You're
I hope that
welcome, and
you,
happy new year.
yeah, happy New Year's. And I hope you have a good night.
You too. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome, honey.
Okay, good night.
Good night. Bye bye. Okay, guys. I think that's about it. So many children will have to get therapy when they reach adulthood. Make sure you're emotionally ready to be a parent. Yeah, yeah. Make sure you're emotionally ready to be a parent, and you can provide everything that your children need, that they don't have to struggle. Always talk to your kids. Like when I have children, I want to be like a mother that my children feel that they could just come and talk to about anything. Like with my nieces, they just come and tell me anything. They tell me things that they don't even tell their mothers, because they don't think that they can tell my sisters everything. But I would like to be the parent that, my child could tell me anything. A lot of these black girls, they need the attention from their moms. They need their moms to open up. Uh, you know what I'm saying? Let down the walls. Let your children in. You gotta talk to them. I know that you're protecting them and you're providing for them and you're making sure they got food and they got a roof over their head. But a lot of times these kids are not. They need you to connect with them emotionally. They need to be able to feel connected to their mothers, their fathers, and black men need to do what they need to do as far as being in their children's lives. This is not black women's fault. If you get with the black woman and you want to have children with her, you need to marry her. You need to do the right thing by her. This is not black women's fault that you don't want to be fathers and you don't want to take care of your children and different things like that. Um, a lot of black women would rather not teach their children those life lessons because it requires them to their own to own their own setbacks. Yeah. I'm telling you, I know a lot of black girls that say their mothers never talked about like the birds and the bees, nothing but sex and what to look for in a guy. Like their mothers would just work all the time, pay the bills. They were really not like connected to the children, connected to them like that. And I know why, because black women are so stressed out. They have to take care of the kids. They have to work the jobs. They have to feed them with no help, with no help. And so it's stressful. My sister, like I told you guys, my younger sister, she's a single mother. So I know what black women go through. You know what I'm saying? As far as when they have to raise their children on their own. But I also feel that black women need to learn that uh, don't have these men babies if they're not going to marry you. I mean, marriage isn't like, a 100% proof, but like, do not give them babies. I know we all make mistakes. Just like my younger sister, she made a mistake and she learned from it. But like, stop giving them babies. Make them work for it. You know, make them marry you. Make them work for it. Just don't give them a kid. A baby is a blessing. And whenever you give a man a baby, that's a big deal. That's not something like light work. That's a big deal. You're bringing a human being into this world. That's very important. And some black men don't care. They don't care about that. They just want to have children. They want to go from woman to woman. And, they don't even care about their daughters. Like a lot of these black men that are online, they have daughters. You guys don't ever think about that. A lot of these black men that are online dragging black women's image and, in the comment section talking about us, they have daughters. And I'm like, you don't want to protect your daughters? You don't want to go out here and clean up the neighborhoods for your own daughters so they can be safe, so they're not like brutalized by other black men. You don't want to do anything for them. So like, people always want black women to do better with their sons. What about black men with their daughters? What about that? You want black women to protect black male sons. You want them to always be out there on the front line. What about these black men that have daughters? Why are you not protecting your daughters? Why are you not trying to clean things up so your daughters can be safe, so they don't have to be brutalized and raped and molested and stuff like that? Why don't you want to play a part in your daughters' lives? A lot of these black men got daughters. They do. A lot of them online have daughters, and they still get online and degrade our image. They brutalize us, they hurt us, they assault us, they rape us, they kill us, and different things like that. You don't care about your daughters? It's like they don't even care about their daughters. Yeah, they're killing their daughters. They're killing their daughters, or they're molesting them, or something like that. It's just crazy. Like these little girls, they need their fathers too. They need their mothers, but they need their fathers too. And I have my father, so I completely understand how it is to have a father. Like I talk to my dad. I talk to him probably about every other day on the phone. I mean, me and him can literally talk on the phone for like an hour. You know what I'm saying? I can remember as a little girl, um, anytime something happened to me, he was like right there. Like I remember one time I was outside in the yard, and I ran into something and my leg got all cut up. I had to go get stitches, and I think I was about 6 or 7. And the first person there was my dad. I remember I got into a fight at school. The first person at the schoolhouse was my dad. Anytime something ever happened to me, he would be the first person. I remember one time I had to go to the hospital. My dad sat in the hospital overnight. When I woke up, he was still right there. He was still right there. No, my mom is around, but it's like my dad just always had like a special connection with us. Like, I don't know what it is. Like, if we would go to the hospital, he would literally sit there with us all through the night. We would be grown. I'm a grown woman, and he would still do that. He would still do that. Like, I can literally call him. If anything happens, I can call him. I remember when I was dating the last black guy I was dating, and I wanted to get him out of my house. I wanted him to get out of my house, and he would not leave. And I kept saying, "It's time for you to go. You have to get out of here." And he was like, "I'm not leaving. I pay bills in this house." I said, "Your name is not on anything in this house. Your name is not on the light bill. You paid the light bill, but your name is not on it." And you know who I called? I called my dad. And I said, "I cannot get him out of my house." And you know what he did? He said, "Put him on the phone." My dad was like, "Put him on the phone." So I put him on the phone, and my dad told him to get out. To get out of my house before he come there and make him get out of the house. And I was not living in the same city as my mom and my dad. And at the time, and my dad got on the phone, and you know what? The next day, that guy got out of my house. He got out of my house because he knew I had a father that would come up there and deal with him. And he got out. So it's really important to have a father. I'm telling you, you guys don't even understand. Whenever I get into it with a man, that's the first person I'm calling. If it's not Joseph, it's my daddy. If before I was with Joseph, I'm calling my daddy. He's coming with the guns. I'm serious. I'm like, Daddy, this I need you. I remember one time I was at the club and I pocket dialed my phone. You know how you pocket dial? And I pocket dialed my dad and he heard a lot of commotion. He thought something was going on. The next minute I knew he showed up. And I said, what are you doing here? He said, I thought you were in trouble. He said, I just heard a lot of noise. I was at the club and I pocket dialed my father. And he showed up because he thought somebody was doing something to me. He thought he had to come and help me. so, so, yeah, he knew there was somebody to answer to. That's what I'm saying. When you got a father, a lot of these men know that they can't do you any type of way because your father will come deal with them. And when my father got on the phone with him, I don't know exactly what he told him, but I know the next day he was moving his stuff up out of there. Because I said, it's time for you to go. You don't want to do right. You know, you want to argue, and it's time for you to go. I don't have to put up with this. I'm not going to put up with no man arguing with me, trying to like stalk me. Like literally, he would go to work. He would leave work and stalk me. One day I called his manager and it was a white guy. And I said, why do you keep allowing him to leave that job? And he said, what do you mean? He's not leaving the job. Like his manager didn't even know he was leaving the job, stalking me. Like he would come back to the house. He would be like circling the block. Like he was crazy. He was crazy. He knew I was tired of him and he thought I was going to cheat on him. And he was stalking me. I had to get rid of him. But anyway, you guys, I gotta go because I gotta go. And I guess I'll talk to you guys in maybe like a couple days. I'll talk to you guys probably like Wednesday, Tuesday or Wednesday. I'm going to bed. Yeah, I'm getting off. I'm getting off. Okay, girls. Yeah, these black men don't have no compassion. Even when you with the black man, even when you help him, he will still brutalize you. You know what I'm saying? He will still try to brutalize me. He told me he will stalk me. If I kicked him out of the house, he said, I'm going to stalk you. I'm going to show up at your job. And he did. He started showing up at my job when I kicked him out the house. And my manager had to go outside and say, hey, don't come back to the job again. He was showing up at my job, you guys. We would literally see him on the camera circling my job after I kicked him out. He would be all in the parking lot driving around. We would watch him on the cameras. These black men are crazy. Let me get up off here. Let me get up off here. You guys have a good night. I hope that everybody be safe. Love on your children. Love on yourself. Be safe out here, black women. Protect yourself. Make sure you watch your surroundings because it's getting crazy out here. And I'll talk to you girls on Wednesday. I'll talk about something on Wednesday. We're going to talk about Joe Biden. I want to talk about all the things that Joe Biden is doing with his executive orders. Yeah, I'm getting off. I'm getting off. All his executive orders and things like that. We're going to talk about that whenever I come back on. Okay, good night. Bye bye.